Welcome to Exploration 14 with me, your resident Blades. And yes, we have actually got somewhere through Network CPP by now in our brand new style of writing, but hey ho, I haven't had any complaints yet, so I'm going to continue. It's gonna be fun. sprintf, let's get going. Disconnect our client. sprint. sp. Alright. Yeah, I've remembered how to spell now. Good, that's good. We'll take our buffer. I'm just going to continue from where we left off, don't worry. Buffer. And we'll have a %d. %d, that is going to be our normal. That will be okay. There, and it's going to be command. And that's just going to be, that one. The client disconnected. Yeah, sounds good. We'll use that one. And we will have client ID. There we go. That's lovely. Oops, get out of there. Put a semicolon on it. All done. There you go. Masterclass on sprintf. Stick that in your buffer. And next up, we will have to do account. Why? Because we want to tell everybody that you've just disconnected. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let other clients know about the disconnect, because other clients will be tracking whether you are connected or not, like friends lists and parties or groups or whatever may have, is such and such connected or disconnected. Well, let's let people know, or let's let the clients know, not necessarily people, but the clients at least. So that might be helpful. Let's do a loop for that, because we'll have some clients, I'm hoping. Whoops, not like that, we won't. 4. Come on, stop it. Damn left hand again. Unsigned int. Let's have the original count. You know what's coming up now, don't you? As soon as I put count in, you know exactly what I'm going to do, because it's exactly the same every time. And that's m_clients dot size. Lovely. Even the computer knows what I'm going to do. Is that right? Yeah. Let's increase that count then. Good. Unsigned int count equals 0. Count less than clients dot size. Count plus plus. There we go. We've got our loop. If the current count happens to be equal to our client ID, then there's no point in telling them, because we're just about to disconnect them and we're sending them an sprintf anyway. Client ID there, please. Ding. Lovely. So they can just continue back onto the for loop. So it's a branch. That's how you branch within a for loop. You use continue. So if it hits that line, it just goes back to the for loop. It doesn't break out. We haven't put break, we just said continue, so it continues on the for loop. Instead of doing what is next, which is send. Open brackets, and we are going to send account, comma, buffer. Why are we sending count? That's wrong. Semicolon. It isn't count at all. It's m_client, and that is going to be count. that is going to be ID. And the same goes here. I'm not happy with that line. So I'm going to put m_clients ID. Don't have to do this, but it makes it safer. MID. That's better. I feel safer with that. I think it's going to do the right thing now, which is probably a lot safer. Right. Now I've told everybody that you're leaving, let's tell you. Well, it's not necessarily tell you because you're disconnected, aren't you? So it won't matter. I think your system will figure that out for itself very quickly. snet_tcp _ DeleteSocket. That's how you delete a socket. And how did we delete a socket? We need the socket set, mserver, as always. And we need the socket we are going to get rid of, which is m_clients. And it's client ID. Yep, that's okay. And it's just going to be the socket, please. Can we have the socket? Yep, we can. Nice. Nothing needed after that. It's a semicolon. Looking good. And now we can close that client down. SDL net TCP close. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And how do we do that? Just close the client m_clients. Client ID. There we go. Client. Oh, come back. Thank you. And that again is the m_socket. So we don't just delete the socket, we have to close it as well. Otherwise it stays open on your computer. It's two totally different ideas and things that can happen. So that's your basics. So you're going to delete the socket, you're going to close the socket. But there is a couple of things more that we should do. And they will be looking at notes. We've still got the clients, haven't we? Because we've been using this all over the place, m_clients. So we better get rid of you out of there, whoever you are. So clients dot erase. That's how it's done. And then it will be m_clients dot begin. So that gets us to the beginning of the client list, like that, and that is going to be plus the client ID, because that is just the value along inside ID. Yeah, that will actually work. Yes, it will. Don't want any more thanks. Don't want any more thanks. Can we get out of this, please? What are you looking for? An iterator position. That's what I've just given you. An std server blah 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 const iterator position. That's what we've just given you. So what's wrong with you from there? Why will you not come out of that? Okay, yeah, there's two ways of doing it. Okay, fine. Alright, so you just wanted to tell me that, did you? We're just being nice about it. Now, let's have a look at the next little bit. m_users connected. Yep, that's that bit. It's just minus. So we can decrease that one. That's it. That's all we need to do to disconnect somebody. We have to delete the socket, close the socket itself, so it's not left open and wide open to the internet. and erase the client from our list of clients. There you go. Lovely. I'm feeling good about that. So we disconnected somebody. Yay! So let's get back to this timeout. Okay, where was our timeout here? That's where it all started. I was messing up. Update network. Probably move that. Where should we move it to? Nowhere. We'll just leave it where it is. Yep, that'll do me. Return M is connected. Yeah, okay. It's not doing anything at the moment, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I think that's only fair. So, how is our send user data going to differ? It's now going to be, let's see, send user data. So we need to send that. It's like a broadcast. In fact, you could say broadcast user data rather than send. Because that takes the user data and broadcasts it really to everybody, doesn't it? Yeah. That could be handy, that could be naughty. Okay, don't like what we've got, so delete it. May as well. Delete the if statement as well, the whole thing. We'll start with nothing again. It's going to be easier, I think. So, send user data. Char star data 4. Oh, you're going to get absolutely bored putting this in. Unsigned. Int. Let's call it, count. Equals 0. You can call it anything you want, I don't mind. You don't have to call it count. I am the count. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've been there, I think, already. Underscore clients. As I go off the cliff and into nutty. Okay, Muppet, don't move across the keyboard, please, when I'm doing that. Because I've missed an E. Oh, dot size semicolon. Oh, bless. Thank you, Muppet. Are you alright, love? You're looking a bit... Yeah, you're looking a bit dodgy there. You go curl up in a corner, love. There you go. Let's have that count +1. Plus. Yeah, dingy. Right, what we're using count for today? Just to tell everybody the client data, I suppose. Yeah, okay. It's easy enough, isn't it now? So it's sprint. sprintf open, and it's mbuffer. So what we're going to put in mbuffer today? Good grief, that was badly typed. What we're going to put in mbuffer today, do you think? We shall put, open inverted commas, we've got to put a standard in, %d, %d, %s, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 3 items and then that to end the string, or to end the data. So the first thing is command. We decided on that. This is client data. So there you go, there's your client data on its way. As a command, count, comma, data. I don't like count again. Put count in when it's really m clients count. I'm going to put it in as m clients. Count. Just to make sure I specify correctly the right ID, in case it gets all muddled up somehow. Semicolon that. Yep, we're okay. So we can be more specific there, I think. And then we're just going to send it. So it's send, open brackets, m_clients, and this is count, and that is to the ID, buffer, magic, as if by magic you've done it. And that's what a proper send user data should look like. Oh god, I've done it again. Sorry, that's the spasm. It's a Twitch type thing that I have. Sorry about that. God damn it, that hurt as well. Right, so we've done that. We're going to do basically that's okay, except client ID copy is going in there. Make sure they're connected. That helps. That also helps. So if client ID is connected, we can sprintf, and it's looking good already, so I'm just going to use this one. Buffer. Yeah, that's looking alright. This is client to client, so that's client to client there. Take out those spacings. We're using client ID, aren't we? Again, where we shouldn't really be using client ID. Okay. That's fine. We can alter it. There we go. So this one I want to alter to m_clients, client ID, and then it's just pointer to MID. Oh gosh. m_ID. Thank you. And then we can send, and it's going to be m_client. I know I keep forgetting the S. Client ID. Oh gosh, it's bad when you can't get your S's right. What are we doing here now? Client ID is MID, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Buffer. There we go, that's that done. Don't think we need any more, do we? Yeah, we need to put an arrow. There we go, that's lovely. That's how we do a send. That's looking good. Receive data. Ah, yes. Receive data might be a little bit more complicated than what we've got here. Yeah. Receive data. Now this is where we're going to be most on a server, receiving data and sending data. The final version of this won't be stuck in these at all. What am I going to do with this lot? We're not doing our string example anymore, are we? So we can get rid of the lot. Yeah. Let's get rid of the lot. Start again. Oh, let's have a new one. Oh, while. And yeah, while. I'm doing a while loop. SDL net underscore check. So this is looking a little bit familiar. I'm in a while thing, so I'm going to stay on one line. m_server. And we're not sticking around waiting for it. So that's a 0, and if there is anything, in other words, if it's greater than 0, we'll do something. Otherwise, we'll just skip this and carry on the program. And it's going to be 4. Yeah, we're now going to check every single socket. And we're only going to check initially every single socket that's ready. So that's net. No. We're going to have to check all the clients, aren't we? Yeah. I am getting a bit tired of doing this for loop. So there we go. There's the for loop. And we're here. So the for loop goes in there like that. There's our for loop. And now we need our if statement to see if they're ready for us or not. And that's SDL. I have forgotten spacing on that to make it readable. That's more readable. Yeah, it's all split up now. Good. SDL net underscore. This is the command, isn't it? Socket ready. Are you ready? So we've gone to a client, and we're now going to ask that client, "Are you ready?" Is that client sending in data? So is that socket ready to? Has it received data? Is it ready to read? Do we need to read it? Type of thing. So we'll have our clients. Will be nice. And we're going to take count like that. And we'll just have a look at your socket if you don't mind. That's good. And if you are bringing data in, then we need to find out what it is. So we're going to have to try and work out this command business, won't we? So we know it's coming in. So let's pop it in there. M underscore clients count. And we'll have to update the client, because remember we're now using timeout equals SDL underscore get ticks. So we'll just update their time between receiving items. Ticks, and that's one of those. Is that right? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Is it 2 lines? Is it 1 line? It's really 1 line now. There's nothing happening. And with the, right, receive. And that's going to be easy. We're going to use something. What are we receiving? The count. Or client ID or whatever. What are we receiving? The user ID. So let's give it the user ID, shall we? Yes, we will give it the user ID. So it's M underscore clients. And that's going to be count. Probably the same number. Oh. Count doesn't exist. Why? What's going on here? ID. What's going on here? What's wrong with M clients? What we got? Too many arguments in function call. Really? Yes, you're quite right. And that's going to be int client ID. Sorry, I didn't realize. We haven't updated that, have we? To use the client ID, because it has to now. So back here, receive, which is down at the bottom here, has to do that, and we've got that 0 again there, which we have to get rid of. And that's now right. Yep, quite complicated, but right. Let's have a look. So, receive data. We have gone and received the data. We now need to work out what the heck's going on. So we are going to do an scanf, which we're scanning the buffer, which is mbuffer. So that's the one we always use. We're only using that one all over the place to make it easy. Could cause problems, I suppose. I only want to know what the first %d is, I hope. And we'll stick that at the address of command. That should do it. I hope, yep. Yep, that's right. That's a scanf. No errors there. Good. Then all we have to do is say, "Oi, Mr. Network Manager, could you do us a favour, like, and give us a server command or something?" Yep, you can. Good. Lovely. What do you need? You need the command ID, which is command. And you need the data. So that's mbuffer. Which still holds the command in it, but hey ho, we know that. There you go. That's it. And we should have 4 closes. Yep, that's right. 4 closes there, and it's 4 closes up here on that other one, which was new connection. Alright. So it measures up to new connection in stupidity of end of brackets. Okay. Lovely. Let's just check through the private section. Make sure we're all up to date here. We have sprintf, I've split it down. Yep, send, I've split down. Let the clients know, yeah, okay. That's a disconnect. Yep, that's a disconnect. We've just done that, so that's alright. Network send. Actually, it looks alright. I think I'm going to leave this one as it is. I mean, the only, yeah, that should be split down. Sorry. That can get split down. Nothing else in there. And receive should be basically what we've written already, except we've added the client ID. Or user ID, or whatever you want to call it. I'm happy. I'm very happy. We now have a network server. Oh my god. But we now have a network server that can do all of these things. How are we going to use something like that? I mean, that is quite a lot of stuff that we've just added. Let's have a look at our application a minute and just make sure that we're okay with everything, shall we? So we've got everything going there and it's empty. That's not a bad idea. Delete everything that we create as new. That's not a bad idea either. Executing the app. That's not from there at all. That's from system. Okay. Server user accept. Blah 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 blah. Initialize stuff. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. I think we know that now. Thank you. That can be split into its components properly. Yep. Set up the network manager. Alright, that's network manager. I'm just updating notes to make sure people know what we are doing here. And if we set up the manager, yeah, we have got a user accept. So I'll bring him out. Make sure people, as you can see, it's so much easier to see. Running is initialize network still, which is good. That's still right. If that's set up the network manager, what's this one? So this is going to be initialize the network and giving, let's have a look. I'll just put with. Put it in simple English, with the network manager. There we go. That's what that's actually doing. The application is the application and the return is the return. There we go. I'll split that out again because you should really. There we go. So that's your execute app. That's how you'd start the system up. So you give yourself a new server with system commands. You'd give yourself a new network manager and then give that over to the network. Sorry, over to the server. Yeah. Then you'd run your application and then you would return 0 because everything's successful, of course. Prepare the app. This is gonna be different, isn't it? Yeah. So what we're looking for here is not really what we're saying here. What we're really doing here is things like, let's put in new, no. What we're calling it, m_network, aren't we? Yeah. So it's not new, it's going to be m_network. And that's just going to be arrow. And we get a load of thingies to play with. Yay! Is one of those a new connection? Yeah, okay, I'll have one of them. That'll do. What else can we do here? We could reply to any reply to requests. So we could do a send user data. I'll have to put that here like this because it's different and I know it is. Send users data. That's all dependent, and of course we have the other one. Send client to client, user to client, should I say? No, I'll put client to client. Client to client direct. Maybe I should have altered the name of that part of the thing, did I? Yeah, because it isn't user to client anymore, because it isn't server to client. That's actually client to client. And that's just send data. It's not a user anymore. There's no user. So client and take that out. Okay. Let's get these right. Come on, there's a lot of red marks now. So remove user from that and change that client. That's all we have to do. Just change the wording so it matches a server rather than a client. Okay, can say that out, I think. Yep, done. Yep, done. Save. Yep, done. I'm still going to leave that behind just notes because I'm not happy with it yet. That's correct. Right, what are we going to do on the update side? We do need at least receive data from clients. That might help. So I'm still... Actually, receive data works now, doesn't it? That one works properly. M_network. Network helps that way. And now, receive data from clients. We can actually do the receive data, can't we? Doesn't need anything. Doesn't need any help to do it, so it can be received. As we are receiving there, we should also check directly after it timeouts. So we've got a timeout, we have. So that can go at that point. And I know that we also need to do the M is running thing. So M is running, we haven't written the code for this, is going to be equal update. I'm just going to call it data center because I don't know what to call it yet. Wherever our data is stored. Then we would do, and this is going to interest you, an update on display. Why does it have a display? Because it runs on the same machine. Remember, I'm designing this to run on the same machine as a client. This is not an internet server. This is a client server on the same machine. So I can use an update display and display to the user the changes that are happening. What changes they are depends on the application. And we haven't written that. I can prove that to you because I have one of these. I have a snip and sketch. Open, copy, no. Share, where's open? Open file, server design. We haven't got an application. Our application just goes out. Our in goes to system commands. We've got something missing here. So here, this area. What goes here? This is our data. So we'll have our data in here. Our Windows screen system. No, display will probably be kept separate, I think. I think update display will probably go here. That'll be your display. Somewhere in here will be the display. I'll put a D for it for now. So we'll have our display. We'll have our data. System commands will have access to the data, of course, to update the data. So somewhere here we have to do commands allowing data to be updated. And I think we'll probably put that in system commands. Does our application have access to the system commands? So we can look and find out. Our application has system commands. So we have got the system commands. So we do have a line coming down there that's missing and a line going across there that's missing. Can you now see how this is coming together? So we can either go through system commands to the data, which is probably what we will do, and that means we can, where's the eraser? There it is. Which means we can do without that. And we can do without that. So let's design this a bit better. So that's going to come to there. Our system commands will deal with the data. Who's going to deal with the window? That's going to be here. So our window is going to be here. And it can come in on this line. Or, if you want from that line, but it has to come across from that connection there, because the window will need to be able to access the data as well. And the window can run its own application. Does that look okay? Yeah, that does. I think we've got a chance. Where are we up to on the time? Just get rid of that for a minute. 41 minutes, wow. And we are complete. Do we need anything else on our application here? So we've got prepare, we've got update, and we have our private. So yeah, prepare app. Oh, I better just stop them from happening, otherwise we're going to run into a mess there. And all we do is that. We'll pop that in. We'll keep it actually, I think. There we go, clean up this. Looking good. Looking very good. We have a system. We have a system. And we can now develop it for any application. It has the bits needed for any application. At this point, I think we better update the client to match it. And then we can dream about applications and design an application, I guess, to test it all out on, a test application. Probably a chat server or something like that, but I want a bit more than a chat server. I want some windows coming up on screen to show this chat server working. So we're going to introduce a windowing system, I think. Yeah, I'm happy. Are you happy? Of course you're happy. You made it to the end. You've now actually got a server, a properly designed, up-to-date server with just a couple of bits missing, the window and the data. So all we need to do now is decide upon the application, because the application decides what data we need to hold. This could, of course, extend into MySQL. If anybody knows that system, that's a database. A very good database. So you can hook that onto MySQL with a database if you wanted to. So you would have your database here. B-A-S-E, like that. You'd hold your in-house data. You would have a database to channel data through if you needed it, if you needed outside storage. Whoa, what have you just got? Wow, you have got the basis or the fundamental management system. So if I was to call that a server, then I would stick a window on it, a data on it, with the window connecting. Actually, can we clear this? No, we can't. Continue, please. Server. Oh. Silly me. I definitely want to show you this because chalkboard. There we go. What we could now design is start. You start at the top. Always start at the top with your start or your main, That goes into a server. Which has a link down through to your window. Your data. And your database. Like that. So you can understand the design concepts now of why it's been written this way. And because of the command format that we've made, that should work. I can't see why not. There you go, there's your data. Beautifully drawn, of course, in about 10 seconds. There's your database. You would probably have some kind of underlying system as well, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's advanced. I'll just call it ADV. I'm not going there. Reasons. I'm not telling you how I secure my servers. That's just saying, hey, come hack me. Yeah, I would put, I wouldn't say an anti-hacking system in, but I would have another system running. And it might not even be within this program. You see, this program here, that can be, all of this part here could actually be an external program that is running separately. Think about it. And all it's doing is funneling data in. And that is displaying the data, and it's also doing data requests out as well. So you've got two-way connection there. So you're funneling it in and data is funneling out. There you go. How's about that for a server system that is so simple that it's stupid? Yeah. In the meantime, I know you're all happy now, because you can just take care, you know, relax, explore a bit more, have a look at different designs, patterns, have a look at different designs, keep exploring. And above all, you just have fun.